we have a problem, Rahul Kawal. The problem is simply this, that I've got about 10 WhatsApps in the last 60 seconds saying, please give us the numbers. I said, A, it's 5:30. B, actually, I don't have the numbers. We have a top secret room where Pradeep Gupta and the graphics people are sitting, and they have said they will not tell us the numbers till we are ready with them. So the problem is, Rahul, in states like Andhra Pradesh, because there's so much at stake. And T.S. Sudhir, there are 4 of these messages have come from friends in Andhra. Ki bata do. One has said, I will only tell it to my chairman, sir. He's eagerly waiting for him. This is matter of life and death. Now, I don't, this is the nature of your state, or Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, your once united state. No, why is it that there is so much of interest this time, particularly in Andhra Pradesh?
I think assembly elections, generate that kind of
stakes are higher.
The stakes are higher, and especially this election, because whoever loses will have a lot more to lose. If TDP does not make it, it would be, in a sense, curtains for a 74-year-old Chandrababu Naidu. I mean, it would be very difficult for him to keep TDP out of power for another 5 years. Jagan, if he loses power, again, it would be the same thing. So the stakes are very high, which is why also if you see social media, in Andhra, maybe cephalogist. Everyone is a cephalogist giving their own numbers.
And there is no other state. The moment you do any piece on Andhra, it goes viral.
Yes.
The Andhrites are hooked onto digital. There's the global Andhraite waiting to know what's going to happen.
More so if you do a piece on Pawan Kalyan.
More so if I do a piece on Pawan Kalyan. But Rahul,
so in a while from now, we will tell you the results of the Andhra Pradesh Lok Sabha elections. We've also commissioned a very extensive post-poll study on the Andhra Pradesh assembly elections. We'll be putting that out for you. Just buy, stay with us, and we can't do any sideshows. That's not allowed. Now, I want to go across to some of my colleagues. Paulumi Saha joins us from West Bengal. Remember, this is where elections finally concluded in and around Kolkata. This is the area of the presidency region, which is where the Trinamool has been very strong. This is also where the BJP hopes to make some inroads. Paulumi, in your travels across West Bengal, is the BJP juggernaut marching down from the northern hills, the plains, and then towards presidency, or will Mamta be able to ward the BJP juggernaut off short of Kolkata?
Well, Mamta Banerjee has done everything in order to, of course, hold on to her fortress, her bastion of the southern part of Bengal, and even, of course, try and make inroads into northern Bengal, which they lost to the BJP in the 2019 general elections and the state elections in 2021. The BJP, of course, set out with a target of 35, which the Home Minister had set out of the 42 Lok Sabha seats. Then they brought it down to somewhere, realistically, when he spoke to our sources within the BJP, between 22 to 26. But it's been a very tough battle for the Bharatiya Janata Party to even retain the 18 Lok Sabha seats in Bengal, especially because of concerns around internal factionalism and candidate selection, to be specific, in Bengal.
Indrajit Kundu, we've also seen, unfortunately, regrettably, more violence today in West Bengal. Out of all the states, it seems that this is the one state where political violence continues to mar elections. There was EVM being thrown into a pond. Is that a concern? Has the election been that frenzied and competitive this time? It's been daggers drawn between these two big warring parties.
Well, absolutely. It's been a very, very competitive election, and all eyes, of course, on the exit poll numbers. But if you ask me on ground, the recent elections that we have covered in West Bengal, the 2021 assembly elections or the 2023 panchayat elections, compared to that, I would say on ground violence has dissipated to a great extent. But nonetheless, even if one incident of violence is reported during the poll process, that's shameful, and all those who are responsible for it must be brought to book, and strict action should be initiated by the Election Commission. It's a shame for all stakeholders, the political parties, the Election Commission. Just imagine 950 companies of Central Paramilitary Force deployed in West Bengal, much more than Jammu and Kashmir. That speaks volumes about, the state of affairs in West Bengal. But clearly, it's been a very, very competitive election, and all eyes would be on how the left performs, because in the 2023 panchayat elections, we've seen a slight, resurgence in the left, and there is a lot of buzz and chatter on the ground that the left vote share may go up. In a bipolar contest between the Trinamool and the BJP, the left somehow can retain some of its vote share.
Okay.
They're contesting in 23 seats, the CPIM. They're going to play a very, very key factor. They are the X factor of this election.
We'll find out soon enough. Remember, the key in West Bengal is who ends up as the #1 party. If the BJP can beat the Trinamool and be the #1 party, then it sets the dynamic and the tonality for the next assembly elections. Is it time for Didi to leave West Bengal? If she is in front, then it would be a setback for the BJP, which really went all guns out in West Bengal. Two states where polling was concluded today are Punjab and Himachal Pradesh. And I want to take our viewers through Punjab and Himachal Pradesh just for a moment. Kamaljeet Sandhu joins us. She heads up our bureau in Punjab. And remember, in Punjab, you're seeing a four-cornered fight. You've got the one side, the Aam Aadmi Party, which won 97 out of 117 seats in the last assembly elections with 42% vote share. They're up against the Congress. The Akalis this time trying to make a comeback. And then there is the BJP, which is fighting by itself. This is one of the areas where the Congress had picked up a majority of the seats in 2019. The question is, can they hold on to those? This time their principal battle is against the Aam Aadmi Party. And there have been some movements away from the Congress into the BJP. So there's been a lot of movement and some Khalistani sympathizers fighting as well. Kamaljeet Sandhu joins us from there. Kamaljeet, this four-cornered contest essentially means that vote shares will be in the 20s, and unlike other states where the battle is bipolar, the margins in Punjab expected to be much smaller than in states like Gujarat or Madhya Pradesh. So very, very interesting Punjab election because it's very different, because the Akalis and the BJP are not fighting together, and AAP and Congress are also daggers drawn in Punjab.
Well, Rahul, you hit the nail on the head. There are no alliances, and it's a very unique election because it's a multi-corner fight, because there's this X factor, as you mentioned it, about the radicals, whether it's Simranjit Maan, whether it is Amritpal Singh, whether it's Beant Singh, who's the son of assassin of Indira Gandhi. So all these are people who are making this election very, very interesting. For this, it's a test of fire for Aam Aadmi Party, because after a stupendous performance when they got 92 out of 117 seats, that is something which is very difficult to upkeep as far as elections are concerned. Then for Shrimani Akali Dal, which has disassociated with BJP and there's no alliance whatsoever, this is obviously going to be another big test because remember, it is about survival for them, whether they get 1 or 2 seats, because earlier also we've seen 2022 or earlier elections, they haven't really performed well, but they're really keeping their hopes up high. Meanwhile, a Congress party which got a majority of share of 8 seats last time around is really keeping its hopes high. No matter where Congress does what, especially their hopes are very high as far as Punjab is concerned. The entire region, even in Haryana, which went to polls in the 6th phase, there's a big challenge.
But again, you know, the fact is, Rahul, interestingly, in Punjab, it's India versus India, because it is AAP versus Congress. It's a bit like Kerala. So even if the Congress gains, as they hope to in Punjab, they would be gaining at the cost of the AAP or vice versa. And that makes, in a way, Punjab one of those outliers, in a way, along with Kerala. And whatever happens, the battle is almost within
but the dynamic
India alliance.
Can change also, because there could be a counter consolidation. The Sikh vote in rural Punjab could potentially get split 3 ways. And then the Hindu vote in the cities and in the villages could counter consolidate in favor of the BJP. So it changes. It's a very significant election because it's writing a new dynamic in Punjab politics.
Particularly because you've got the likes of Amritpal Singh and Beant Singh's son, both of whom are seen as front runners. You possibly could have, because the moderate Sikh vote, which has left the Akalis almost, you've got the rise of an extremist radical youth in a couple of constituencies. How is that going to play out? Earlier you used to have the occasional Simranjit Singh Maan who would break the duopoly that existed. Now you've got other contenders. So Punjab is fascinating state.